Hey, it's Rex Rogers with Sat7 after a long day of travel. I left Grand Rapids about noon for the airport, caught a 2 o'clock flight to Chicago, and then Chicago on about 4 o'clock their time to Frankfurt, Germany, where I had a 3.5 hour layover, and then from there on down to Beirut. Got here about 4:30, actually it was a delay, got here about 5 o'clock in the evening. And got through customs processing. New thing here, no entry card anymore. You just get in line with a gazillion other internationals entering into Lebanon. Lots of kids, counted about 12 or 15 kids, and they're all making noise because they're little kids. And of course it was hot and what have you, and they're scared and they don't know what's going on, but it was kind of a mess. But got through that with no problem and picked up my bag, and then you wonder, did they remember to pick me up? So it's always a great thing when you walk out and you go around the corner and you're out of the airport controlled area into the public area, and there's a fellow standing there with your name on a sign or Sat7, one of the two, and you point to him, he points to you, and away we go. And that, of course, is the taxi driver that's going to take me to my hotel, which is a good 45 minutes and sometimes an hour, depending on traffic and depending on where in the city or how far north or how far up in the mountains we might go. So at any rate, that was kind of a fun drive because it was daytime. I could see a lot of things. I saw more of those enormous cranes that they use to load big sea ships, transport ships, about 16, 18 of those, like you see in Philadelphia or New York around the harbor. Saw more of those this time than I've ever seen before. That was pretty interesting. While I was traveling, as I recall, I saw this couple, young couple, maybe 30, I don't know what their age was, Middle Eastern couple. I'm not sure they were Lebanese because they were, in fact, I don't think they were. They were in the international passport line coming from Frankfurt, and they had twins, babies, that were, I'm guessing, man, they had to be under 3 weeks old. They're kind of so small that the parents had to work very carefully, to keep their hand under the baby's neck and head. Cute little babies, and obviously twins when you see them asleep in their stroller. But you can imagine all of the stuff, all the accoutrements that poor dad and mom had to carry in order to take those babies with them. I'm looking over here at my list. Kind of slept through the second flight, 9.5 hours across the big pond. We arrived maybe 1 o'clock in the morning our time, and it's not too bad for me, even though I used to go to bed earlier than that at home. But I was awake the whole time, read the whole way. And then got tired in the second flight and slept probably 2.5, 3 hours of that 4.5, 5 hour flight on into Beirut. And first time I used my new passport. So it's been blooded, as they say in hunting terminology. It's been used. It's it's there and got me through, no problem. And then on up the mountain. We're at 2,130 feet. I looked it up. Here on the side of the Mount Harissa. I think it's called Mount Harissa, but it's the Harissa area anyway. And right near the Our Lady of Lebanon kind of shrine or statue, if you want to say it that way. Enormous 15-ton bronze statue has been here since 1908 and regarded as one of the premier, at least sort of Mary sculptures in the world. Back somewhere the 50th anniversary, I think 58, 59, somewhere there. The Pope at that time was here, and so it's a Maronite kind of congregation. But pretty interesting. And finally I was out at the restaurant next door. They took me over there because there's nobody else here but me. And a beautiful restaurant. Took pictures of it on the side of the mountain, look out across the bay. Lots of hang gliders and beautiful kind of scenic kind of look, and sat right there and ate my Lebanese meal, which was fantastic, of course, as usual. Lebanese food, as far as I'm concerned, is best in the Middle East. Of course, I haven't had every country's food, but of what I've had, I think Lebanon is fantastic. And so I ate more than my share of that. And as always, out in Lebanese restaurants, there was this lady, young lady, probably, again, I'm guessing 30, something like that, maybe her 20s. And she's down on the other end smoking hubbly bubbly. And you see that everywhere here, or hookah sometimes it's called, where they suck on the pipe and smoke that way. It's in all the restaurants. It's provided by the restaurants. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if more women smoke that in public or more women smoke it in general than men. I see men too, but I see far more women And usually they're dressed like they're going to the opera. I mean, they're dressed to the nines, very dressed up, and still smoking the hubbly bubblies. That's kind of a jarring, interesting sight because in the West, of course, we've gotten to the place where more and more we put cigarette smokers or any kind of smokers off to the side or back in the back or outside or somewhere where they're less often seen, even though smoking's still a huge issue in the West. So pretty interesting flight. Glad to be here. Glad to get in my room. Glad to crash. No pressures tomorrow. This came early as my usual pattern because meetings start on Tuesday. Then we'll go from there. We'll catch you later from Lebanon. We'll see you. Bye.